This week's video comes to you straight out of the mailbag, and it deals with being a Christian private investigator. Hi, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com and the creator of the Investigator's Ultimate Guide series, which is premium private investigator training from someone who's been there and done that. And specifically, this question comes about the business side of things. A private investigator contacted me and said he was kind of struggling a little bit. He's actually a pastor. And it's hard enough to start a business. It's hard enough to run a business, any business. But then you get into a case like this where the people who come to us as private investigators, they are suffering, they are struggling, they are hurting. And naturally, we want to help them. So the problem comes when they say, I've only got this much money. I can't afford this. I can't do that. What do you do? Now, I have a video out there about whether or not you should work for free, and I'll drop a link in the description for you. But in this particular case, we're talking more about these discounts and people who want you to do something for just a very small amount of money. How do you handle that as a Christian? Let me say, as a Christian in any business, you can charge full price. You need to be charging enough money to do your job well, for starters. But there's nothing wrong. It's not cheating someone if they're paying you a fair price for a fair work, a fair day's wages for a fair day's work. This is the way business works. You are not obligated to give a discount to anyone, and you're not obligated to give a discount to someone just because they're a fellow Christian. If you want to, that's your call. It's absolutely on you. I have no problems if you want to do that. But understand, you're not obliged to do that. So what are you obliged to as a Christian investigator? Here's the thing. You're obliged to give them good service, to do what you said you would do, not to cheat them, to make sure that they have a clear idea going in of what they're going to get, set their expectations properly. These are things that any businessman or woman of goodwill does. This is when business succeeds, when you are providing them a service that's more valuable than what they're paying for. And that's what it boils down to. If someone needs to find a person, if this is a skip trace where the person has a court-ordered judgment for $10,000 against this person, but they can't find it to collect, you can certainly charge $350 or $550 in a case like that. That's a fair thing. They're paying only $350 to find a guy who owes them 10 grand. That's very worth it. You're making money because maybe when all is said and done, it only costs you $125 to find this person, so you turn a profit, but they're turning a profit as well. See how business works? Everybody gets more value out of this. I'll give you a real world example outside of PI work. I buy my cars, I buy used cars, I buy cheap cars. That's just the way I am. But I have a used car dealer who's a very good Christian man, and I buy all my cars from him. He's my go-to place. He does not offer me a discount. He doesn't knock money off the sticker price that he has on it when I show up. But what I know is I'm getting a car that has been prepared for the road and there's nothing hidden. He knows if a car is cheap and I'm interested in buying a cheap car, he will tell me, hey, here's the reason this is a lower priced car. The transmission's getting ready to go. And I might say, well, no, that's a deal breaker for me. Or he might say, oh, you know, the windshield's cracked and this is not something that we wanted to put the money into. That's not a problem for me. I'll have the windshield replaced. But I know the truth. He's not cheating me. He's taking actually very good care of me. And I'm happy to go there and spend money paying full price exactly what he's asking for a car because I know what I'm getting, and that's very valuable to me. What I really want is for you to run your business in the same way where you can charge full price and people are literally happy to pay it, maybe even lined up to pay it after you get some clients, to where you have to say, hey, I'm booked this week, but I can squeeze you in next week. That's ideal. You're making good money, doing something you enjoy, and serving others. If you have any thoughts on this, I would love to hear them. Drop them in the comments below. This falls clearly into the iron sharpens iron category, so we can all learn from each other. In the meantime, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com. Remember, do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing.